The PS5 has no shortage of incredible games, but if you're looking for the absolute best, this list has you covered. These aren't just great games, they're 21 of my personal favorites that I believe every PS5 owner should play. From epic adventures and emotional storytelling to jaw-dropping visuals and unforgettable gameplay, we're diving deep into the experiences that truly define this console.
Careful, brother! You're covered in Icon!
God of War Ragnarok. Few sequels managed to surpass their predecessors like God of War Ragnarok. It takes everything that made the 2018 masterpiece great, its incredible combat, rich storytelling, and deep father-son dynamic, and dials it up even further. The world is bigger, the action is more intense, and Kratos has never been more compelling. What I love most is the variety. It's not just about hack-and-slash combat. There are puzzles, exploration, and emotional moments that keep everything fresh. You can tell this game was crafted with care. The PS5's hardware is pushed to its limits, bringing to life vast landscapes, epic battles, and stunning character animations. The voice acting is absolutely top tier, something I always appreciate as a voice actor myself. Each performance gives real depth to the characters, from Kratos to the entire supporting cast, adding emotional weight to every scene. Whether you've played the original or not, Ragnarok is an essential PS5 experience, a masterpiece that perfectly balances heart-pounding action with heartfelt storytelling.
I can give a hot shit about your fatherly advice. I want to see the god.
Years of anguish. My answer is beneath you. Give it to me.
RETURNAL. RETURNAL isn't just a game about survival, it's a psychological odyssey wrapped in intense sci-fi action. Every loop through its ever-changing alien world is unpredictable, immersive, and dripping with atmosphere. The fast-paced third-person shooting is some of the best on the PS5, and the DualSense controller makes every weapon, movement, and impact feel incredibly responsive. I love how the game constantly keeps you on edge. Every death feels like a lesson, and every victory feels truly earned. The story dives deep into the mind of Celine, uncovering haunting mysteries that blend science fiction and psychological horror in a way few games dare to attempt. It's one of the most unique experiences on the console, challenging, mysterious, and unforgettable. When Celine says, "I have found a deceased Astra Scout here," well, I recognize that expression anyway, it hits hard because you feel that same despair and determination. RETURNAL is an emotional and atmospheric journey that rewards persistence, curiosity, and a taste for the unknown. Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West takes everything that made Zero Dawn special and elevates it into one of the most visually stunning RPGs on the PS5. The game expands Aloy's journey across a breathtaking open world filled with lush jungles, vast deserts, and mysterious ruins, all rendered with jaw-dropping detail and vibrant color. What truly sets Forbidden West apart is its deep progression system. Every skill you unlock feels meaningful, whether it enhances Aloy's combat prowess, stealth tactics, or crafting abilities. The gameplay strikes a perfect balance between action, exploration, and strategy, rewarding players who take time to master the art of hunting both human and machine foes. Each encounter feels alive, demanding careful planning and precision. From colossal robotic beasts to agile enemy tribes, every fight is a test of your adaptability and skill. Combined with emotional storytelling, incredible world building, and cinematic presentation, Horizon Forbidden West stands as one of the most immersive open-world adventures of its generation. The answer, as Aloy says, is always out there, waiting in the Forbidden West.
Now get the big guy!
Silent Hill 2. Horror games don't get more iconic than Silent Hill 2, and this remake is shaping up to be the definitive way to experience the legendary psychological nightmare. The original set the gold standard for slow-burning horror and emotional storytelling, and now, with modern visuals, refined gameplay, and haunting sound design, it's ready to terrify a new generation. What makes Silent Hill 2 so unforgettable is its atmosphere. It doesn't rely on cheap jump scares. Instead, it slowly creeps under your skin. Every shadow, every whisper, and every eerie silence adds to a growing sense sense of unease. The story is deeply emotional, unraveling themes of guilt, grief, and self-reflection that make your journey through the fog-covered town feel deeply personal. I've always loved horror games that make you think, and Silent Hill 2 does exactly that. It's a masterpiece of storytelling and psychological tension, where the real terror often lies within the human mind. If you're looking for something truly unsettling, something that lingers long after you've put down the controller, Silent Hill 2 is an absolute must-play. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. If there's one game that truly feels made for the PS5, it's Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. This isn't just another entry in the iconic series, it's a technical showcase of what the console can do. The instant dimension hopping isn't just a flashy gimmick, it's a jaw-dropping feature that shows off the PS5's lightning-fast SSD and graphical power in full force. Combat is fast, colorful, and endlessly satisfying, filled with over-the-top weapons and explosive set pieces that never get old. The visuals are Pixar-level stunning, with environments so detailed and vibrant they feel like they've been pulled straight from an animated film. But what really makes Rift Apart special is how effortlessly fun it is. There's no frustration, no filler, just pure, polished joy from start to finish. The story adds real heart to all the chaos, with new characters like Rivet bringing fresh energy to the adventure. It's a game that reminds you why you fell in love with gaming in the first place: thrilling, heartfelt, and bursting with creativity. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart isn't just a must-play, it's a celebration of everything that makes PlayStation magic.
Dimension of every dimension.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Developed by Square Enix, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade masterfully blends nostalgia with modern innovation. It reimagines one of gaming's most beloved classics, bringing Cloud's journey through Midgar to life with cinematic visuals, refined real-time combat, and expanded storytelling that gives every character new depth and meaning. Whether you're a longtime fan or experiencing it for the first time, Intergrade feels like the ultimate version of this legendary tale. The combination of classic RPG elements and modern action gameplay strikes a perfect balance. Every swing of Cloud's sword, every spell cast, and every boss battle feels impactful and rewarding. The world of Midgar is more alive than ever, filled with vibrant characters, emotional moments, and unforgettable music. The remastered soundtrack alone deserves special praise. It's one of the best in gaming history, beautifully blending nostalgia with orchestral grandeur. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Intergrade doesn't just revisit the past, it reinvents it, delivering an unforgettable adventure that captures both the heart and the imagination.
Let's do this! Now going forward.
Helldivers 2. If you love co-op shooters, Helldivers 2 is about to become your next obsession. The original was a cult hit, and this sequel cranks everything up. More chaos, better visuals, and deeper teamwork mechanics that make every mission feel like a war for survival. It's not just about shooting enemies, it's about coordination, timing, and trust. One wrong move and you might accidentally call in an airstrike on your own squad. And honestly, that's part of the fun. The combat is fast, frantic, and full of hilarious, unpredictable moments that make it perfect for playing with friends. When I played it, the tension was real. Every mission felt like a do-or-die scenario. I remember one mission where everything went wrong. Our plan fell apart, aliens closed in from every direction, and somehow, by the skin of our teeth, we completed the objective and made it out alive. That kind of chaos is exactly what makes Helldivers 2 so addictive. It's a game that rewards teamwork over lone wolf tactics, and every victory feels earned. The intensity, camaraderie, and sheer thrill of surviving together make it stand out from every other co-op shooter out there. If you're looking for a challenge that tests both skill and synergy, Helldivers 2 is the one to play.
Get some! Get some! Fire in the hole! Bag's empty.
Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. There's something truly special about diving back into Uncharted 4 and The Lost Legacy on PS5. I still remember playing these games on the PS4 and being blown away by their cinematic storytelling, breathtaking set pieces, and that signature Uncharted mix of action, humor, and heart. But playing the Legacy of Thieves Collection on PS5 takes the experience to an entirely new level. The biggest improvement is how incredibly smooth everything feels. The 60 frames per second performance mode transforms gameplay. Whether you're swinging across collapsing bridges or dodging bullets during chaotic gunfights, every movement feels fluid and responsive. The upgraded visuals also shine here, with sharper textures, richer lighting, and faster load times that make the adventure seamless from start to finish. What truly makes this collection timeless, though, is the quality of the games themselves. Uncharted 4 delivers an emotional, character-driven finale to Nathan Drake's story, while The Lost Legacy proves the series can thrive even without its iconic lead. Both are packed with jaw-dropping moments and heartfelt storytelling. Whether you're experiencing them for the first time or revisiting for nostalgia, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection is cinematic gaming at its absolute best. A perfect showcase of how PS5 can breathe new life into modern classics.
Let's make this quick.
Resident Evil 4. When people talk about linear games done right, Resident Evil 4 is almost always the first to come up, and for good reason. It's a masterclass in pacing, atmosphere, and pure, unrelenting tension. You play as Leon S. Kennedy, sent to rescue the president's daughter in a remote European village, and what unfolds is a relentless roller coaster of dread and action that redefines survival horror. What makes Resident Evil 4 so brilliant is its ability to keep you constantly on edge. One minute you're fending off hordes of crazed villagers, and the next you're exploring eerie, silent corridors where every creak and shadow makes your heart race. The remake takes everything that made the original iconic and enhances it with breathtaking visuals, improved controls, and finely tuned combat that feels more immersive than ever. Every encounter feels meticulously crafted. From the haunting village to the grotesque bosses, it's an experience that never lets you breathe easy. The updated graphics, lighting, and sound design pull you right into Leon's nightmare, making it feel fresh while honoring the original's legacy. Resident Evil 4 isn't just a survival horror classic. It's a timeless thrill ride that reminds us why this series remains at the top of the genre.
Unforgettable heresy. Yet is it not the sinner who is in most need of salvation?
Astrobot. Astrobot is back, and it's everything fans could have hoped for. A joyful, imaginative platforming masterpiece that perfectly showcases what the PS5 can do. What began as a charming tech demo with Astro's Playroom has now evolved into a full-fledged adventure that celebrates the magic of gaming itself. The game makes brilliant use of the DualSense controller, turning every jump, glide, and step into a tactile experience. You'll feel the tension in the adaptive triggers as Astro swings across gaps, and the subtle haptic feedback as he walks across different surfaces, from sand to metal to ice. No other game highlights the PS5's unique features quite like this one. But beyond the tech, Astrobot is overflowing with heart. It's packed with clever references, cameos, and nods to PlayStation's rich history, from Metal Gear Solid to Shadow of the Colossus, making every level feel like a nostalgic celebration of the brand's legacy. With its tight platforming, creative boss fights, and constant sense of wonder, Astrobot captures the pure joy of gaming in a way few titles ever do. It's not just a must-play, it's a love letter to every PlayStation fan. Demon's Souls. The remake of Demon's Souls is nothing short of a masterpiece, a haunting, beautiful revival of the game that started the entire Souls genre. Bluepoint Games took a beloved classic and rebuilt it from the ground up, modernizing every visual and technical aspect while preserving the brutal challenge and eerie atmosphere that made it so special. From the moment you step into Boletaria, you can feel the tension. The world is dark, oppressive, and utterly mesmerizing. Every corridor hides danger, every enemy demands respect. The combat is as punishing as ever, requiring patience, precision, and timing. And when you finally defeat one of its towering bosses after countless attempts, that feeling of triumph is unmatched. What truly stands out is the sheer craftsmanship. The lighting, texture work, and animations bring this world to life like never before. It's not quite as brutally hard as some later Souls titles, but it still delivers that perfect mix of frustration and satisfaction that defines the genre. Personally, I love how they refined it, honoring the original while making it accessible to new players. Demon's Souls on PS5 isn't just a remake, it's a rebirth, a chilling, unforgettable journey that set the foundation for modern action RPGs. It Takes Two. Few games capture the magic of cooperation like It Takes Two. Developed by Hazelight Studios, this masterpiece turns teamwork into an art form, blending creativity, humor, and heartfelt storytelling into one of the most inventive co-op experiences ever made. You play as Cody and May, a couple on the verge of divorce who are magically transformed into dolls, forced to work together through a whimsical world to fix their broken relationship. Every level feels like a brand new game, filled with clever mechanics that constantly surprise you. One moment you're swinging on nails and hammers. The next, you're flying through a garden or controlling time and cloning yourself. The variety is staggering. There's never a dull moment. And what really ties it all together is how the gameplay perfectly mirrors the story's emotional beats. It's not just about puzzles or platforming, it's about learning to cooperate, forgive, and reconnect. Visually, It Takes Two is bursting with charm. Vibrant worlds, expressive characters, and imaginative set pieces that look like something straight out of a Pixar movie. Whether you're laughing through a chaotic boss fight or tearing up at a touching scene, it's an experience best shared. Personally, I think this is one of the best co-op games ever created, not just because it's fun, but because it reminds us why playing together matters. It Takes Two is pure creative brilliance from start to finish. Ghost of Tsushima. When it comes to cinematic storytelling and breathtaking open worlds, Ghost of Tsushima stands among the very best. Developed by Sucker Punch Productions, this masterpiece transports you to feudal Japan during the Mongol invasion, where you step into the role of Jin Sakai, a noble samurai torn between honor and survival. It's a tale of duty, sacrifice, and identity, told through a world so beautiful it feels like a moving painting. The island of Tsushima is a visual marvel, but beyond the visuals lies an emotional story of a warrior forced to abandon his code to protect his people, evolving from samurai to the legendary Ghost. Gameplay-wise, Ghost of Tsushima strikes a perfect balance between stealth and intense sword combat. Duels feel cinematic and deadly, every slash carrying weight and precision. Add in the stunning Kurosawa mode, a black and white film-style filter paying tribute to classic samurai cinema, and you've got an experience that feels both nostalgic and modern. From the powerful soundtrack to the deeply human characters, everything in this game feels crafted with care. Personally, I think Ghost of Tsushima is more than just a game. It's an emotional journey that celebrates honor, freedom, and the soul of Japan, a masterpiece in every sense.
おやめください。坊主をこちらに渡せ。断る。
I'm done talking! Done begging for validation!
Marvel's Spider-Man 2. If there's one word to describe Marvel's Spider-Man 2, it's spectacular. Developed by Insomniac Games, this sequel takes everything that made the first two games incredible and elevates it to superhero perfection. You swing through an expanded, jaw-droppingly detailed New York City, this time playing as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales, each with their own powers, stories, and emotional arcs. The moment you start web-swinging, you'll feel that signature Insomniac polish. Movement is faster, smoother, and more cinematic than ever, with the new web wings letting you glide across the city in style. The combat system is also a massive step up, fluid, dynamic, and filled with new abilities, including Peter's symbiote powers that bring a darker, more visceral edge to the action. But it's not just about flashy combat. Spider-Man 2 dives deep into the personal struggles of both heroes, from Peter's haunting connection to Venom to Miles finding his place as his own Spider-Man. The story hits hard with emotional moments, thrilling set pieces, and jaw-dropping boss fights that feel straight out of a Marvel movie. Visually, it's one of the most stunning games on the PS5, with incredible lighting, reflections, and attention to detail that make the city feel truly alive. Personally, I think Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is the definitive superhero experience. Bold, emotional, and endlessly fun. It's everything fans dreamed of and more. Death Stranding Director's Cut. Few games are as unique and thought-provoking as Death Stranding Director's Cut. Created by the visionary Hideo Kojima, this isn't your typical action game. It's an emotional, atmospheric journey about connection, isolation, and rebuilding a shattered world. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, a courier tasked with reconnecting a fractured America after a mysterious event known as the Death Stranding. The gameplay focuses on traversal and delivery, but it's far from mundane. Every step you take across its hauntingly beautiful landscapes feels meaningful. From climbing mountains to crossing rivers, you're constantly battling the environment itself. The director's cut enhances this experience with new tools, improved combat, and smoother traversal options, making the journey more accessible without losing its meditative essence. Visually, it's stunning. The game's photorealistic environments paired with a haunting soundtrack by Low Roar create a tone that's both lonely and awe-inspiring. You'll often stop just to admire the view, a testament to Kojima's unmatched world building. But what truly stands out is the story, a slow-burn narrative filled with symbolism, emotion, and unforgettable performances from Norman Reedus, Mads Mikkelsen, and Lea Seydoux. Personally, Death Stranding Director's Cut is one of those rare games that stays with you long after the credits roll. It's strange, beautiful, and deeply human, a masterpiece that redefines what video games can be. Before we jump into the final few games, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. It really helps the channel grow and keeps you updated on more epic gaming lists like this one. Final Fantasy XVI. Final Fantasy XVI is an epic dark fantasy adventure that pushes the legendary franchise into bold new territory. Developed by Creative Business Unit 3 under Square Enix, this entry trades the series' traditional party-based combat for fast-paced cinematic action, and it absolutely delivers. You play as Clive Rossfield, a warrior bound by fate, vengeance, and the overwhelming power of icons, mythical beasts that define the world's balance of power. From the moment it begins, Final Fantasy XVI grips you with its tone, mature, intense, and emotionally charged. The storytelling feels like a blend of Game of Thrones and classic Final Fantasy magic, filled with political intrigue, tragedy, and breathtaking battles. Every icon showdown feels colossal, like two gods clashing in a spectacle that pushes the PS5 to its absolute limits. Combat is where the game truly shines. It's fluid, stylish, and immensely satisfying, with Clive able to channel icon powers to unleash devastating combos. The director of Devil May Cry 5 designed the combat, and you can feel that DNA DNA in every hit. Yet, beneath the chaos lies a deeply human story about loss, duty, and hope in a world consumed by darkness. Visually, Final Fantasy XVI is jaw-dropping. From massive castles and scorched battlefields to glowing crystals and mythical creatures, it's a visual triumph. Personally, I think this is one of the most cinematic and emotionally powerful entries in the franchise, a true next-gen Final Fantasy that blends heart, spectacle, and unforgettable storytelling.
Bow down, offenders, hearts be stained.
Tekken 8. Tekken 8 takes the legendary fighting series to new heights, combining high-octane action, cinematic storytelling, and jaw-dropping visuals that redefine what a modern fighter can be. Developed by Bandai Namco, this latest entry pushes the power of Unreal Engine 5 to its limits, delivering fluid animations, detailed character models, and stages bursting with energy and atmosphere. At its core, Tekken 8 continues the explosive saga of the Mishima bloodline, focusing on the final confrontation between Jin Kazama and Kazuya Mishima. The story mode feels like an interactive movie, filled with drama, emotion, and beautifully choreographed battles that seamlessly blend gameplay with cinematics. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer, it's incredibly easy to get invested in this brutal family feud. Combat-wise, Tekken 8 is faster, more aggressive, and more rewarding than ever. The new heat system encourages offensive play, rewarding players for staying on the attack with new moves and combos. Every punch, kick, and counter feels impactful, supported by an excellent balance between accessibility and high-skill mastery. The roster is stacked with iconic fighters and fresh faces, all meticulously designed and uniquely balanced. Visually, it's a showstopper. Particle effects, lighting, and character expressions all feel next-gen, making every fight feel like a cinematic spectacle. Personally, Tekken 8 is not just the best-looking entry in the franchise, but one of the most polished and adrenaline-pumping fighting games ever made. It's proof that the King of Iron Fist tournament still reigns supreme.
Drop the bastard! Hit the exposed bit! It's our only...
Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is the redemption arc we never saw coming, a thrilling, mature, and deeply cinematic expansion that transforms Night City into the immersive RPG it was always meant to be. Developed by CD Projekt Red, this DLC takes the base game to new heights with a gripping spy thriller storyline, stunning visuals, and refined gameplay that feels sharper and more impactful than ever. You step back into the shoes of V, pulled into the deadly world of espionage in Dogtown, a new, lawless district brimming with tension, secrets, and danger. Teaming up with FIA agent Solomon Reed, played brilliantly by Idris Elba, you're thrown into a web of political deception, moral conflict, and impossible choices that keep you hooked from start to finish. It's darker, smarter, and far more grounded than the original campaign, a story that tests loyalty and identity in a world built on lies. Gameplay has been completely overhauled, featuring improved combat, smarter AI, new skill trees, and a fresh approach to stealth and cyber warfare. Dogtown itself feels alive, gritty, neon-soaked, and dripping with atmosphere. Whether you're hacking enemies mid-fight or cruising through the rain-drenched streets at night, the experience is pure cyberpunk perfection. Visually and technically, Phantom Liberty is breathtaking. The lighting, reflections, and facial animations set a new benchmark for the genre. Personally, I think this expansion isn't just an add-on, it's a full-fledged reinvention. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is intense, emotional, and unforgettable, a true masterpiece that finally delivers on the promise of Night City.
Do you think that makes you fucking clever?
Gonna regret
I'll
this.
teach you not to fuck with Yuri.
Any last words?
Elden Ring. When it comes to modern masterpieces, Elden Ring stands at the very top, a breathtaking open-world RPG that redefines freedom, challenge, and discovery. Developed by From Software in collaboration with George R.R. Martin, this game takes the studio's iconic dark fantasy formula and expands it into a vast, interconnected world filled with danger, mystery, and wonder at every turn. You play as the Tarnished, a fallen warrior called back to the lands between to seek the power of the Elden Ring and claim the title of Elden Lord. What follows is an epic journey across towering castles, eerie swamps, ancient ruins, and golden plains. A world so rich and atmospheric that exploration becomes an adventure in itself. Every landmark you see in the distance can be reached, and every path hides secrets that reward curiosity and courage. Combat is as punishing and rewarding as fans expect from Software, offering endless flexibility through its deep build system. Whether you're a spellcaster, knight, assassin, or hybrid of all three, the freedom to craft your own playstyle makes each fight uniquely personal. And those boss battles, they're legendary. Each one a cinematic clash of power and precision that tests your skill and patience in the best possible way. Visually, Elden Ring is stunning, with ethereal lighting, haunting landscapes, and an atmosphere that feels alive in its stillness. From its sweeping orchestral score to its cryptic lore, everything feels designed to pull you deeper into its world. Personally, I think Elden Ring is not just a game. It's an experience that defines a generation, a perfect blend of freedom, challenge, and awe.
The first Elden Lord.
Black Myth Wukong. Few games have generated as much excitement as Black Myth Wukong, a visually jaw-dropping action RPG inspired by the legendary Chinese tale Journey to the West. Developed by Game Science, this title blends myth, martial arts, and next-gen visuals into an unforgettable experience that pushes the boundaries of what modern gaming can look and feel like. You step into the shoes of the Destined One, a mysterious warrior whose powers draw heavily from Sun Wukong, the Monkey King himself. The story unfolds in a world teeming with ancient deities, monstrous beasts, and divine landscapes, all rendered with jaw-dropping realism. Combat in Black Myth. Wukong is fast, fluid, and deeply satisfying. You'll wield a transforming staff capable of both swift combos and crushing blows, while mastering powerful abilities that let you shapeshift into mythical creatures or summon divine magic. Each encounter feels like a dance between patience and aggression, timing your dodges, parries, and spells perfectly to overcome enemies that test both your skill and strategy. But it's not just the gameplay that captivates, it's the presentation. The cinematic camera work, motion-captured animations, and breathtaking lighting make every frame feel like a living painting. The haunting soundtrack complements the tension perfectly, amplifying every swing of your staff and every roar of your enemies. Personally, Black Myth Wukong feels like a glimpse into the future of action RPGs, a game that combines mythological storytelling, cinematic visuals, and tight, deliberate combat into something truly extraordinary. It's not just about playing a legend, it's about becoming one. The Last of Us Part 1. Few games have left a mark on storytelling quite like The Last of Us Part 1. Rebuilt from the ground up by Naughty Dog, this remake isn't just a graphical upgrade, it's a complete reimagining of one of the greatest video games ever made. You play as Joel, a hardened survivor navigating a post-apocalyptic America, and Ellie, a young girl who may hold the key to humanity's future. What unfolds is an emotional, brutal, and unforgettable journey about love, loss, and the human will to survive. Every environment, animation, and facial expression has been enhanced to perfection. Gameplay-wise, The Last of Us Part 1 refines the original's mechanics with smoother movement, improved AI, and incredibly immersive combat. Every encounter feels tense and realistic, forcing you to think, scavenge, and fight for survival. Combined with Gustavo Santaolalla''s haunting soundtrack, it's an emotional roller coaster that hits just as hard now as it did in 2013, maybe even harder. Personally, The Last of Us Part 1 isn't just a remake, it's a masterpiece reborn. It reminds us why this story became a modern classic in the first place. Every moment feels deliberate, powerful, and beautifully human. Simply put, this is storytelling at its absolute best. And that wraps up our list of the best PS5 games you absolutely need to play. Each one brings something special, from stunning visuals to unforgettable stories and pure next-gen gameplay. Now tell me, what's your favorite PS5 game? Drop it in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more awesome gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.